My wife and I enjoy hitting the road and seeing where we end up. In this case, we ended up in St. Joe, Texas. I have enjoyed driving the North Texas area for many years. If you are in southern Oklahoma or North Texas area, driving or biking around St. Joe is enjoyable. It is amongst several road trip locations I enjoy in the North Texas area. More on the actual backroad locations in a bit. Actually, going to St. Joe may not be all that exciting. Highway 82 has a low traffic volume and is a little hilly. It's nice and enjoyable for a highway, but just not overly scenic. St. Joe is a tiny one-horse town with Highway 82 going through the square. Some old homes on the south side of the square, while there's old buildings on the other three sides. The best days to visit is Saturday and Sunday. Hop on the internet and check to see when the museums and shops are all open, especially if you're making stops in Munster, the next historic town to the east, or Nakona, the next historic town to the west. St. Joe, Nakona, and Munster, strung together, provide three excellent holdovers or pit stops for a wide variety of travelers. Also, before even going to St. Joe and possibly other nearby towns, please consider getting some pocket cash for donations to the museums. Donations are their main source or only source of income. In this video, I will give an overview of the Stonewall Saloon and the International Artillery Museum, both in St. Joe. I will also cover the back roads that you can drive. Please consider subscribing. I appreciate it very much. Share the video and/or my channel with others. Please give a like as well. Really helps a lot. Thank you so much. Retirees, bikers, vacationers, and weekend adventurers all know that many small old towns have attractions, usually including museums. St. Joe, Texas is certainly an old small town, luckily still in existence, with great people that enjoy sharing the past with those of us in the present. St. Joe partly exists on out-of-town visitor income. Tourism is considered a significant part of the area's economy, and locals are very appreciative. As with tourism in St. Joe, it has been a place to visit since the 1800s, if not even before, as cowboys stayed in St. Joe while coming and going from cattle drives. St. Joe was a favorite stopping point along the Chisholm Trail with a trading post, hotels, and saloons such as the Stonewall Saloon. The Stonewall Saloon Museum is an authentic Old West saloon. The name is an acknowledgement of Stonewall Jackson from the time and from the people having come from the Civil War. In the late 1800s, cowboys took livestock on Texas cattle drive trails, such as the Chisholm Trail, Shawnee Trail, and Western Trail. The saloon was a great part of a chain of rest stops. The Stonewall Saloon was established in 1873 during the time of those famous cattle drives. It was the first permanent structure on the St. Joe Town Square, priorities being what they were. The building was constructed by Mr. Bodges and first name Bodges and Fulton. Pegleg Fulton was the operator. It featured a boarding house on the second floor. The saloon, along with hotels and other businesses, served as a rest stop for cowboys and ranch hands. Tired, hungry, and needing a distraction from extremely hard work, the Stonewall Saloon served liquor and beer as well as other refreshments. had space for card games and telling tall tales. In 1897, the Saloon closed its open drinking area due to county-imposed prohibition. Then it stopped all beer and liquor by 1899. It housed a restaurant in 1902. In 1905, it became the Citizens National Bank, where the front facade changed and a vault was added. It was purchased in 1942 and became rent offices. Then it was purchased again in the 1950s, where it was restored to be a replica of the original saloon. In 1958, it was opened as the Stonewall Saloon Museum. It eventually deteriorated badly from lack of maintenance, but was luckily bought and restored, renovated, from the years 2008 to 2016. Reviews are pretty good. Only saw a couple of bad ratings, and they were sort of weird. It is a non-profit museum. It is free. Donations are very much accepted. So please go prepared to donate whatever you can afford. It's open Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday 1 to 5. You might call to be sure someone is there if you have a group or other expectations. And you might want to check in case you think there might be bad weather. Expect to spend an hour or more if you enjoy history. Otherwise, you can take a quick walk through fairly fast. The web page is seriously full of information. Might take a while to read it all. The Facebook page can be useful as well. You might want to look through them all for a few minutes. They either host or participate in town events. That is really, really great. And I certainly want to thank the ladies who were there while we visited. They were extremely nice and informative. Had a great time chatting with them. I think you will too. If you enjoy my videos so far, please consider subscribing. Also hit the like button. It really helps a lot. I appreciate it very much. What goes great with a saloon? A place with guns, cannons, and missiles, of course. The International Artillery Museum is just on the northeast corner of the square opposite of the saloon. I was initially not very interested. Seeing a picture of a gun, cannon, etc. is plenty good for me. I pushed myself to go, and I'm glad I did. I could not take video clips. I didn't know I had to have special permission. But I got a few pictures to share, plus what the museum has on the internet. The museum says, quote unquote, it's about history, technology, and honoring our military. It is the largest private collection of deactivated ordnance and artillery in the U.S. It is truly amazing. The collection of artillery and other crew-served weapons is the biggest in the U.S. The large 22,000 square foot building is packed full of hardware. Everything dates from World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the Cold War era, and other conflicts up to the present. It includes items made or used from several countries alongside much of the U.S. This artillery museum is non-profit, so it is free. You might look to see if there is something you can do to give a donation. Be sure to check out their website and Facebook page. There is a good amount of helpful information provided for you there. They either host or participate in town events, just like the Saloon does. The volunteers were very helpful. I didn't talk to them too much, except while buying gifts for myself and the family. The gift shop is unique, providing, your standard gifts and special items for sale for collectors. Again, the museum is strictly about history, technology, and honoring our military. not about politics or any political cause. The International Artillery Museum is open Friday 10 to 5, Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 1 to 5. You might call to be sure there is someone there, especially if you have a group or other expectations. It might take you about 30 minutes to 3 hours to go through depending on your interest. Before concluding this video with the drive of the Backroads, I want to ask again that you please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. I appreciate it very much. Driving the Backroads in the area might be fun and relaxing for you. I used the dash cam of my Corvette for this day's drive. The number 2 map shows just how easy it is to drive north off Highway 82 towards the Red River. I chose for this video to leave St. Joe and head north on FM 677, then using FM 2953 and FM 103 to go around to Nocona. You can start from any of the 3 towns, Nocona, St. Joe, or Munster, to drive the Red River Backroads. The driving is relaxing, somewhat scenic, and it's pretty much the same year-round. There is no best time for driving the area. Just go and drive. If you're coming from the DFW area, I show you in this map that getting to the St. Joe, Nocona area is about an hour-and-a-half drive. If going north out of McKinney, you have a few decent routes to take to make the drive a better experience. In this map, number 1, I give you 3 main routes that will take you directly to FM 677 and into St. Joe. An old favorite road for bikers and sport car enthusiasts is FM 455. FM 121 with FM 922 is pretty good as well. Then almost as good as the others is FM 902 with FM 1630. They all reach FM 677 that takes you north into St. Joe. That concludes this video. You now have good roads to look forward to, along with a couple of destinations. Actually, many destinations when you include Nocona and Munster. Thank you so much for watching. I seriously do appreciate it. Please subscribe and hit that like button. It makes me feel good about making these videos and puts wind in my sails for making more. Share the video and or the whole channel with others, and thank you again so much. With that, please relax, take it easy, be a motoring fanatic while out on your road odyssey, and I will see you later. Bye.